Hi everybody. This Podiumino Championship played on Little Gunham. This game is called Blokus also on some other website. So this is the result of the championship. This championship that I won basically, but it was really hard, especially the game against the infamous White Knight, where I won by only 1 point. So it was really close. I will just probably just check all the games that I played, but uh, quickly until the moment where the position maybe goes to my advantage. So let's start with the end with the game against Norman. Okay, so this is the start. This is an opening that who played this opening? Okay, I played this opening and my opponent decided to. No, I decided to swap. Okay, I'm blue, so no, my opponent decided to swap and I played this move. Okay, so basically I'm playing the X in the middle to control at most the center, since the X is the best piece in this game, since you have 8 corners on this piece. I recall that in this game, the rules are really simple. You need to play with your piece on a corner of your one of your previous pieces on the board, and you cannot one of your pieces cannot touch an edge of the piece you play cannot touch an edge of another of your pieces. Um, and your goal is to put as much as possible pieces on the board, and the pieces have points. It means that this piece is 5 points, this piece is 3 points. Okay, this is just the number of squares, and in the end, we are just counting the number of squares that you put on the board. And if you put more squares than your opponent, you just win the game. Okay, so my opponent is playing this. Okay, so here already you can see that it's a huge weakness for orange, since this is 4 points where he can't play until the end, and only blue can put a piece here. So I would say that it's already interesting for blue, but it's not done. Okay, also here, as you can see, the top left is not really good for orange, since if blue play a piece there on the top left, he will control all the top left. So I would say that it's already an advantage for blue here. Okay, I'm gonna play there. Well, here I played this piece because I also see that I have points there on the left of his U, um, since well, the most important thing in Polyomino is the fact that when you put a piece, since you cannot play on the edge of your own pieces, if your opponent put, let's say, a corner here, it is already 4 points that you can get in the end, and it's already here 4 points that blue can get in the end. So it's already 8 points that blue can get in the end of the game, and 8 points it's a lot on Polyomino. So you need to be careful of this kind of. Okay, so after this move, as you can see, it's even 5 points. Okay, here blue can play, let's say, this piece. Okay, the V, 5V, and it will be a 5 point for blue, and already here a 4 point. I answered this to just control the top left. So now orange has no corners in top left. Okay, just controlling the corners that orange got on the board. Let's go a little fast now. Okay. And as you can see, we are just putting some pieces everywhere where it's possible to to do it. But in the end, as you can see, we're gonna play the places where only one player can play. Okay, so here, for instance, on top left, since we have nowhere to play now anymore on the board, orange will play this move because it's free, 5 points free for him. And now we're gonna play a 5 points there, and so it's the winner will be the one who secured more points. And as you can see, at the moment it's 69-69. So at the moment the game is equal, but blue still has 4 and 4, the famous 8 points. So it's an easy win for blue. As you can see now, it's 77-70. Okay, so in this game, the thing is, you should be careful with this kind of move where you already let here 4 points to your opponent. It's something important. It's better to play some pieces where it's easy for you to prevent these 3 points for your opponent in the end game. Let's take the next one. Okay, quite simple opening. Blue is going in the middle. This is my opponent. I'm playing this. Okay. Okay. Let's check. Okay, blue is taking the left. I'm taking the bottom. Let me check how it goes. Okay. So here, what you can see is that orange will control the bottom and blue will control the top. But the really strong move from orange is this one. This move is putting some corners on the top, taking this corner for blue on the top left. And so if we go a little further now, after this exchange where orange took the bottom, and as you can see here, blue is taking the top, and now orange is securizing the bottom on the left. As you can see, blue cannot go on the bottom anymore. It's not possible. It's closed. Okay, and it will be a good position for blue. For blue, yes, if orange could not go on top, but orange can go on top because of this piece on the top left. And so, well, it's also an easy win for orange since at the moment orange is playing in the blue area, but nobody is playing in the orange area, and orange will play in his own area in the end, and blue cannot do anything against this. So, well, at this moment, I guess that the opponent resigned, but it's already 64 to 59, and orange still can play a lot of pieces. First, the orange area is not complete. As you can see on bottom, orange can still play 4 points. And we still have here 3 points for orange, here 3 for orange. So it's at least 3, 6 plus 4, 10 plus 1. Orange can still put 11 points actually. So it would be 75 to 59, which is a huge victory. Okay, let's pick the next one against my friend James from England. Okay, so I played this opening and James directly played this move. Okay. So here, blue is trying to take the control in the middle, threatening to go on the right, threatening to go on the top, but as you can see, this is already here some free points for orange, where orange can go easily and blue cannot block him. So I think I'm gonna play, yes, I was sure that I'm gonna play this. I could also play the F like this, I mean with this square at this place, but it's not possible since this piece is already used by orange at the start after the very first move. So here, if I want to reach this square to invade blue area, I'm basically forced to play this. So it was obvious that I'm gonna play the T. Okay, orange is directly invading the blue area. So at the moment the game seems close, I guess. But okay, this is the first moment where orange is doing something, controlling the bottom, threatening something on the bottom, and taking 3 free points for the end on the left. So it's after this move, I guess it's a little better for orange already. And after this move, it's really, really better for orange, since now it's already here on the right side, possible 4 points free for orange in the ending. Okay, I decided to play this because I want to try to take the bottom right also, and I still have some points there. Okay, so it's possible also. Ah, okay. I'm playing it directly because I want to. Well, orange is trying to secure some points and to say that blue won't be able to secure any points in this game. Okay, so here it's again 4 possible points on top, 3 for orange in the ending. So now, and if orange put 4 here, it will be a 3 there also. So now it's a huge lead by orange, and orange is even playing the V here, so he's taking the bottom left. So now it's a huge, huge lead for orange. We can go until the end, but it won't change anything, since at the moment, as you can see, orange can take there, and orange can still play on the top, and still possible to play the 3 there. Okay, my opponent resigned, but it's still possible to play for orange. At least the 5 points. The 2 is playable there, and the 3 is playable there on the top. Let's continue. Okay, so this game seems... let's see how my opponent resigned really early in the game. Okay, so I'm blue, taking... okay, I'm taking the center with the X, and my opponent answer with the L5, but this is the move that we are not happy to play for. Or again, it's the same reason. This is 4 points where only blue can play, so it's not really good. Okay, in this game, it's already over. As you can see on the top, blue, it's for blue. Orange has no corner to go on the top, so it's basically already over. Okay, all the area on the top left there is for blue, and even on the bottom left is for blue, since here blue can play with his corner. So it's massive lead it's a massive lead for blue at the moment. Let's take the next one against Dark Star. Okay, I'm still playing the X in the middle. Orange want to put a square here to invade, which is logical. But blue is answering on the bottom to secure the bottom and is saying, okay, take my land on the left. I will take your on the bottom and on the right. So orange is forced to answer, but already this is the bad news for orange. As you can see, this is possible 5 points for blue in the orange land in the ending. For instance, in the very end, blue can play the 1 here and then the 5. And orange cannot do anything against this, so it's really good for blue after this move. And blue is of course playing on the top to secure some area. Now orange is invading. Right now, it's really important to do it before blue play there to block orange. So it's a good move, but blue is continue his invade. Okay. Okay, here it's interesting because orange is trying to take all the bottom. But as you can see, after okay, blue is first trying to put some pressure on the left, and orange need to answer. But now after this move, it's funny because in this orange land, blue can put as much points as orange almost. Let's see how many points orange can put. If orange put the 4 here, it will be 4 points. Then the 5 in a row, it will be 9, and probably a 4 there, so it will be 13. And against a 4 here, it could be 17. But blue can put 5 plus 1 plus 4 plus 4. So it's already, well, it's 14. So it's almost as much as orange in orange area. But in the blue area, this is where blue gonna make the difference. Okay, so for instance, after this exchange, so we are starting to play what I said. So as you can see, blue is invading. And we have the 5 points on the top right, for instance, where we have some space here, but orange cannot go in when blue was in orange area, and so we have a lead of 6 points. Let's take the game against Johnny. Oh, okay. This one is... my opponent probably made a mistake really early in the game. Okay, so at the moment, just watch this. It's like, you know, we can see that on the bottom, we have a lot of points to take. So blue is playing this really, really good move, controlling all the bottom with a lot of corners, still can go in orange area, and also with this piece on the top. So after this beginning, I would say that it's already a huge lead for blue. And even after this, we cannot see how orange could go in blue area on bottom left. So it's like it's already over after only 6 moves. And this is why my opponent will well, as you can see, it's a resign. Well, it's over. It's like something like 20 points secured on bottom left, where orange cannot play. So, well, this game is. You don't want to have this. Of course, you cannot let this happen. For instance, let's see what orange could do. Well, first, the very first move, I don't like. I don't like this move, but at least if you want to invade, it's better to try to go at least at this square. Okay, here if you play something like, let's say, I don't know, let's say the T. Okay, just to give an example. If you play the T there, at least you put something on this place, and so you can invade blue. If blue want to defend, he will have to play in his land using this corner, and so it will at least reduce his area. after this exchange, to be honest, there is no way orange can do anything now. So it's really important to see that the very early is really, really important. You need to play the really best three first moves. It's really, really important. If you fail in the two first moves, it will be horrible. Let's pick the game against Andre. Okay, it's a game also where my opponent is probably trapped. Okay, so here I swapped, played this. Okay, I'm just playing the X in the middle, which is not always, but it's often a really strong move. Okay, I'm putting some pressure on the bottom. My opponent is blue, so he started. So now he will have a choice. If he's blocking the bottom, I will probably invade on the top, and if he's playing on the top, I will play on the bottom. Let's see. Okay, so he decided to play on the top, but he didn't put the square here, so he does not have the corner to go in my land directly. Probably he wanted to play the Z, but he already used this piece here, so it was not possible. Maybe the P here. Maybe the P is good. I don't know. Instead of this one, you play there with the P, and you still can go there or directly in the orange land. I would say that it maybe Andre is here. So Andre is here, and he's saying, I can comment on your move. It was an unsuspected killer for me. Don't know why I was expecting move Y from you. And after move 9, I lost left button. Let's see this. Here I played the T5, and you expected something else instead of T5. Well, of course, after this exchange, I think it's probably really, really bad for blue actually. Because if you answer on the top left, I will block you on the right side with, let's say, the W or something. So you decided to play on the right side, because if you don't, you are just blocked. But now I will play this move, and the game is over, because your 1 is already used at the very first move, and so you don't have the 1 here. I knew this, of course, and I knew that if you play on the right side, I will play the W there, and since you don't have the 1, you cannot go in my land. And if you play on the left side, I will probably block you here on the right side, and you're in a really bad position, because if you lose your corners here on the right side, my land is far too big. Personally, I would say that this move is too slow. To me, I think this move is too slow, and this is probably one of the problems. Already, yeah. But well, this one is for sure too slow. I think you really need to have a square here, so that you can directly go in my land, and you can directly arrive on the bottom right, and maybe invade also there. It's really important to have this square. If you fail to put something here, your invasion is really slow. Well, this is really, really slow. You could also use this corner to go in my land. It would be probably better. But I think it would be really, really better to have this square probably to go directly in my land and to have some possibilities to block me in my own land. After this W, I feel confident, and after this L5, of course, the game is over. Because it's too slow. You are trying to secure some land, but slowly. In Polyomino, we really need to play some moves that are really threatening something. We need to try to keep a huge threat so that the opponent cannot play what he wants. He will need to take care about what you are doing. Here with this move, I'm not really anxious. I know that playing on the left is far better than answering directly something on the right. And also this move, well, as I said, is really, really strong because I know that if I can play on the top left, since you don't have the one anymore, I will secure many, many points. And this is how you got trapped there, of course. Well, it's a huge lead, of course, for Orange at the moment. Let's take the next one, who is playing against Andy Cupids. Oh, this game is really interesting against Andy because it was something really interesting in the very, very first moves. Okay, so here my opponent decided to play this before. Well, this start is pretty common, I guess. It's something possible. There are some other possible start, of course, but this one is absolutely possible. And there my opponent decided to play this, and I played the move, which is really, really, how can I say this, aggressive. I blocked the bottom forever. So here, as you can see, orange cannot go anymore in the land of blue, since blue goes until the edge of the board. Okay. So now the question is, okay, but orange can play on the right side and block me, but then I will play on top, and we can see that my land is far bigger than his land. But the problem is, okay, orange is playing first on the left, okay? Then blue will answer something. And now what happens if orange block blue on the bottom right? And it's something really interesting because it will be a big land for orange against a big land for blue. And at this moment, my opponent failed. This move is losing. I computed my win after this move. The I will just play this, okay? And now orange has a problem. My land is okay. Orange cannot go in the blue land, and blue will reduce a lot the orange land, playing using this corner on bottom right, or this corner on top left with the L5 here, okay? And if blue play the L5 here, he will reach this square, which will allow him to play then the 4 here and goes in and then go in orange land with this corner or this corner. So at the moment it's absolutely horrible, and orange cannot do anything. But before W, I would say that maybe orange can play the X here on top left. Okay, and if he play the X, it's really different, because now maybe orange can secure his land. Because if he played X, let's say that blue answering something to block him, then orange will block blue on bottom right, but then the invasion of blue is not okay because of this orange square of the X, and the fact is blue cannot go to this little square, which is really, really important for blue, because if blue cannot reach this square, he will then play in the 4 and in the orange land, but if he cannot go until this little square, blue will be blocked. He cannot go anymore in the orange lane since he doesn't have his 1 anymore. So after this move, I was happy because I knew that the game was won, because I can play the L5 and then, as you can see, the L4, and I will go in his land, and it's a very easy win for blue actually. But probably instead of this W, if orange played X, since I cannot reach the very important square here to go then in the orange area, I would probably have, after the orange X, I would probably have to play on bottom right myself and to try to go in the orange lane on the right side, but then orange answer on my left side. And so we have an interesting game where blue is invading orange land and orange is invading blue land, and it's unclear to me to see who gonna win this. Maybe it's a little better for blue because I have points on bottom right, but it's unclear. It's unclear. When this is absolutely clear, it's a very easy win for blue actually. And now let's pick the last game against an opponent who is actually really, really, really strong. Mr. Infamous White Knight, who is a really experienced player who is playing Polyomino on some other websites for a long time already. So he's really, really experimented, really, really good. And I didn't know him in the previous championship, and I lost a game against him after losing only 1 game, but losing 1 game is enough. And now I knew that he was an experienced player. I didn't know that before because it was my very first game against him. But now, since I knew that he was that strong, I took a lot of time to this game, to be honest, and I tried really my best to win the game. And it was really, really hard. This game is won by only 1 point, as you can see. We're gonna check it, but this game is very, very top level, I guess. So here, Orange is playing a very interesting move, okay? He is threatening to go here on my land, but also here. So of course I will have to answer on the bottom, because if he goes in my land here on the top, he's not blocking me. But if he can play on the bottom like this, okay, using this corner, he will block me and secure a big land. So of course I will play here. I decided to play this move to block one of his corner and also to secure the invasion in his land. I'm not sure if it's the best possible move. Maybe the X or something. Because here my opponent already answered something which is really, really strong, to be honest. I didn't see this coming. Well, I thought it was possible that he's gonna play something like this, but I didn't realize that it will be that strong. Actually, this move is really, really interesting because on the bottom, the situation is not equal. This is an orange advantage because here you have 2 corners that are touching each other, and if orange use this corner, he will invade blue land. If blue use this corner, he will invade orange land, okay? But orange has also this corner, and this corner is making a difference on the bottom. Orange can invade blue land using this corner, and if he's doing it, he will block blue. Blue cannot go anymore in orange land. So it's something which is already a problem for blue. If orange plays something here on the bottom using this corner, let's say L5, okay, for instance, let's say L5. If orange plays L5, orange will put a pressure on blue land. So blue will have to defend, and then orange will defend on the right side, and orange is securing a lot of points on bottom right. For instance, I don't say that it's the best, but what I mean is that on the bottom, it's already locally an orange lead because of this corner. So for this reason, I decided to invade directly the orange land so that I'm okay with this. Okay, if you do something using your lead on the bottom, at least I'm already in your land, so it's not too big. Then orange played on top, which is actually the best possible move, of course, since this is where you have points to take and control of the board to take. So then I think I played also a very strong move. It's the moment to play the X and to take a big control with all these corners on the top left. And I'm threatening also maybe to try to take the points on the bottom. At the moment, orange played a move. I'm not sure about this one. Maybe it's possible to play something better. Maybe not. I didn't think enough, but I'm not sure about this move because it's allow me to play this, which is this piece is really bad because the these 5 in a row allow your opponent to play a lot of points on your piece. But when you are playing it like this, it's not the case. I'm not giving points to orange at the moment playing this move. But my opponent, now, as you can see, orange need to answer something here. Because now I'm threatening to play on the bottom and taking many points on bottom left actually. So orange absolutely need to do something on the bottom right now. So he decided to play this move to reduce as much as possible my area. And I don't have, well, it's a little complicated, but I don't have the good pieces to answer properly to this attack. For instance, I could play, I don't know, let's say, okay, the N like this, but it's already here. I could answer here with the F, but it's already here. Okay, so the thing is I don't have the good pieces to answer to this attack at the moment. Nevertheless, for the very ending, as you can see, this is points for me on the bottom. Here I will put probably a 4 in a row. So it's 4 free points for blue. So this is something, and I'm happy with this. I decided to continue my invade on the top. Why not? Of course, orange is answering something on the bottom right. He's trying to take a lot of points here also. At the moment, I took a lot of time because there is many possibilities, and I played a move which is probably unexpected. I played only a 4 points here when I still have some 5 points, so it would be better to use the 5 points. For instance, I thought to play the L5 here. Okay. I didn't play this for some complicated reasons. I wanted to keep the L5 because I could use it or on the left or maybe on the top also. This is a piece I wanted to keep. And it's also a question of who is playing and who needs to answer. And for some reason, I wanted to have this corner to play on the orange land to maybe put a 2 here and then a 3 there also. So it could be 5 points for me in the ending if I could not play the 2 or the 3 really soon. Wait a moment. Okay, I'm just back. So at this moment it's quite special because really early in the game I'm using a 4 instead of a 5. But for some advanced reason I didn't want to play something else, but I'm not sure. Maybe the 5 would be better, but after many calculation I decided to let me the opportunity to play the 2 here and then the 3 there if for instance orange secured the, let's say, the bottom right with for instance the n like this. If you play the n like this, I would have the 2 and then the 3, so it's still 5 points in this land in the ending, which is something interesting. But he played something far better. He played this move, which is actually really good. He's protecting the land because I was threatening to play, let's say, from something like the T here. Okay, I have the T, and I could play the T here to take some points on the right side. So he decided to play this, which is actually really, really good. I play this now. So I'm using my famous L5. And as you can see, this L5 put a lot of space here, some free space for orange. But of course, orange cannot go in this land. There is no opportunity for orange to go in this huge land where he could maybe put a 5, which it would be insane, of course. So this is interesting because here this free land is not for orange, and this corner is threatening something maybe on the top. At this moment, my opponent answered this, and again I'm not sure. Maybe it was better for him to play on the bottom left actually. Um, it's it's not clear. My opponent told me that he tried many variation at the moment, and everything was losing by 1. And he decided to play this move because he thought that this is maybe the move who can make me fail something. So here I play on the bottom because this was also the second idea of the 4 points that I play there, is that it allowed me also to play the T here. The T is a piece that I cannot place at many, I cannot place easily. It's not possible to play it on bottom left because it gives many free points to orange. It's not possible to play it on the top because I cannot play it on the top. It's physically not possible. And so I want to play this piece, and it's a really nice place to put it because these 3 free points again on bottom right, orange cannot go here. As you can see, orange cannot go in this place. So it's really good for me. Here, you need to be really precise with blue because orange is trying to win the game actually, so you absolutely need to do something. If you want, you can pause this video and try to find the move, but the move, you have only one possible move. Okay, actually he's trying to say that all of this is for me and you cannot go in. It's not possible. You cannot accept to do this, so blue have to play the 3 here directly. Because this 3 is not only a 3 points, it's a 3 with a next 3 points there, with a next 4 points there. Okay, so it's a 3, but it's also 7 free points in the ending for blue actually. So it's really huge. And basically, before this move, orange could play a 4 here. Okay, as you can see, this piece for orange is possible. So orange can play a 4 here. So with these 3 points, I'm playing a 3, but it gives me 7 more points, and you won't play your 4 points here. So it's really a lot for blue actually. It's the only move which is not losing. If you don't play it, it's a big win for orange. Okay, so now orange is trying to play on the bottom left finally. Of course, blue gonna just put a 5. And then, of course, we play until the end. But at the moment, both players know that blue gonna win by one, since it's really easy to play until the end, since everything is forced. Okay, blue will play here, orange playing there, blue playing there, orange play on the bottom left, and blue is making his invasion with these two, and then orange play the two, blue play the one, and finally, as you can see, the very last move where blue can play these 4 points. And I talked about these 4 points, remember, at the very beginning of the game when orange played this 5. I knew that in the ending I will have these 4 points, and this is with this move, of course, that blue is winning by 1. So it was a really, really, really close game, a top level game. This player is really, really good, to be honest. He's playing really, really strongly, and it's really, really hard actually to win this championship because there is an opponent who is actually really, really strong. It took me a lot of time to play this game to secure the win. Okay, so thanks for watching, and bye bye for some other stream on abstract games. See you.